we'll get out here a little bit so they can hear you. Is that okay? If you can't hear, feel free to move your chairs around.
Speak loud.
I use mostly paper, and sometimes I use fabric to make other things. Like, I use fabric to make some of my bookmarks. And then I did this creative little thing where I took a sheet of paper, actually 2 sheets. I cut out little pictures, put some tape on the back of them, and then put them on the other sheet of paper to make a sticker pad. So I did that.
So you've got a shop. You actually sell stuff. Okay. Why did you start the business?
Well, I was watching Disney Channel, and
So a source of ideas, right? They come from everywhere.
so I was watching Disney Channel, and I saw this thing that said the Possibility Shop. And so I took that and I changed it into Caitlin's Craft Shop, and I just started making homemade crafts. And I started making things that I just thought of in my imagination. I just made them up. But I also made them because they inspired me.
So you have an audience that comes and likes them, right? What you're making. So she's doing a little bit of, or a lot of marketing research. She's creating things that you like. But we know, or she knows, there's a lot of other Katie's or Caitlins out there who would like the same thing. So how's business going?
Going really great. Right now, in my box, I have $57.19.
$19. So now tell me, how do people acquire those things, or how do they make transactions? How do they come to your shop?
Well, here's an example. Okay, so I have to go to vision therapy because of my glasses, and I have to exercise my eyes. So I go to the eye place, and Miss Cindy, who also treats my eyes. So I go there, and she has 2 other friends named Megan and Rebecca. So I told them about it. Then they schedule an appointment on Wednesday. So I usually talk to them about it. They talk to somebody who would drop me off there, and that's how we schedule.
Also, people got a schedule appointment that comes visit you.
So that
Okay.
either
Right? Okay. You're not talking about scheduling appointments at the eyesight. You make appointments to actually come to your shop, and then you'll see what's there. You'll understand. And I think I heard in there, she uses her network. This is my wife, by the way, and that's her vision therapist. And so she's got an opportunity. You'll get her get the therapy. But while I'm there, why not just share, hey, I've got this opportunity, and let my wife, Megan, and Rebecca tell their friends. And now you got a whole network. Pretty ingenious, I'd say. So now you've got 57. How long have you been open?
Well, I've been open for the past few weeks of the last few weeks of summer. So I've opened on I opened on the second to last week of August, and that's how long I've been open.
$57. Now, so have you got big plans for that? The money you make?
Well, yeah. Actually, I'm donating half of that money to the children at the hospital for Christmas time.
Now, there's a social entrepreneur from early on. Now, Katie's much more noble than I am. If I had been $57 when I was a kid, I know where it was going. It wasn't going to the kids in the hospital. So as an entrepreneur, why do you want to give back?
I want to give back because it's a nice thing to do, and it's the right thing to do for those poor kids who have to do all these exams. Some even have to get surgery.
It's the right thing to do. So as an entrepreneur, you get to choose what the right thing to do is. In this particular case, Katie has said the right thing to do is to help those that got to have these tests and go through the things that either one of us would like to have to go through. So how about for yourself? Are you going to keep some? So she's given half of her money to the hospital to help those needy. What are you doing with the other half? Can you share that?
I'm doing the other half to put into my bank account, and some I'll just save for a rainy day. I'm also donating some of my old stuffed animals that I don't play with at all. They just make my door heavy because my mom just puts them there.
So mom is making some opportunities for you. Okay, all right. So we've seen how someone pretty young, and I'm not sure, is this what you thought? An entrepreneur? Is this an entrepreneur? We look at the mind. I feel Katie's mind is working as hard as we might perceive that person up there is doing. Much, much harder. And I want to open it up, unless you have anything you want to, any advice you want to give the folks, and I'm going to ask them you a few questions.
Actually, I do have something.
Okay.
I brought some samples from my shop.
I can put them up. Do you want to? We can put them up on the show them, or do you want to? Technology works for us. Want me to zoom in on it? Or is that good?
Okay, so this I just created. I just took some paper, and I love papers. So I just took this. I took some popsicle sticks, and I drew these, and then on the back of them, see there's some writing, and I printed it like this. Animal fairy. So I wrote what kind of fairy they are, and then I just gave the popsicle stick on the back.
So that's kind of your inventory control system. You kind of keep track of what's what. Oh wow. So you've even figured out ways to how to use them and adorn and accessorize.
Yep.
Anything else? So you've got a number of those?
Yep, I've got quite a number of these.
So that's one of her product lines.
Also, there's these.
Explain those.
Oh, these are some magnets. Actually, my Nana made these and just donated them to the shop. Okay, my Nana has a whole collection of stamps. So then she took some magnet stuff, which is on the back.
Creativity you're seeing here, right?
And she took that stuff, put it on the back, so they are refrigerator magnets and also different styles. This is kind of an example as the same thing. Except except that's a pin. My Nana took some little magnet pins and she put them on the back for pins.
So things, remember the video, Hall of Entrepreneur, when the person was saying, sometimes the things we make, sometimes the things are things you walk over, you overlook, might be repulsed by. Now these are just things that exist in one form, you're just adapting them, right? Modifying them.
Bookmark. Also use stamps. Also use stamps for the bookmark.
So those are stamps or those
Yep,
drawings?
these are stamps. These are stamps because I am an artist, but I cannot draw this good.
So she is an artist. Do you feel this business allows you to use your talents as an artist
Yeah.
as well? Okay.
Also,
Those are,
these are my window walnuts. My Oma had some old walnut shells, and so
Walnut shells.
I kind of increased
Not
them and took them like this. So I just took some markers because I have tons of markers. Okay, so I
So you
took
have
those and I
tons of
colored
stuff, right?
the top part of the shell, made it in different colors. And you can actually put them in your windows for like just decorations.
so you can just color in. So,
Here.
see if we can get a three-dimensional thing going here.
Yep, anyway.
So we've got a thimble, right?
A spool.
Spool, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so I took that spool and I just love the Disney movies. I have like every single one. Okay, so I took those and I drew faces of some of the Disney characters, like the ones I have right now. This is Peter Pan and Mulan. And the one right here is Belle.
A lot of resources, her talent as an artist, and putting it to use for others' benefit. For other benefit.
Also, I used one more thing. I also use these as two things. These are refrigerator magnets and also clip-ons.
Oh. Again, modifying features, benefits, what we need. Now how would you, the value of that? How did you learn someone would need a magnet and a...
Well, actually,
You
I
see-
didn't really. Me and my nana actually just made them together. We actually just did that together.
So you get together in a group, family, and brainstorm and come up with these ideas.
Yep. Well, yeah. Actually, first of all, I was just gonna draw. Before I came up with this, I actually was going to just cut out some papers of Halloween things, and then put them on, the thing. So I was going to actually just do that. I'm gonna actually do that. So I was gonna do that.
So,
And then I did this. And then my nana came up with this idea. Instead of this, we were going to take the stamps, put them on these pieces of paper, and then laminate them. And then glue them on, and then put a magnet on them.
so the ideas evolve. You might have something you want to go with. You like this. Now, we talked about passion too. Remember next time? Or last time we talked about what you're passionate about? I think Katie's passionate about being an artist.
And I also love to make things. I also love to do crafts. Just love them.
So this is almost like the perfect job. You get to do what you really love, and people buy it. What a deal. Right? Cool. Do you care if I open it up for a few questions now?
Uh-huh.
All right, if you have a question for Katie, now's your chance. An entrepreneur in the making.
Are you hiring? I need a job. No?
Maybe in the future, when it gets big.
Maybe.
So do you have any customers here you'd want to, maybe we could talk to? How about Cindy? You've gone and visited her shop?
Tell them about how you set up your shop.
Okay, so I set it up in my basement actually because it's also not really crowded down there, except in the laundry room. Okay, so I took that. There's like this small green bar that we have, this small bar. So, and it's always all cleaned off. So I took one half of that and put all my items on this side, and on this side, like this. And then on the other side, I put some more items, like that. And then right in the middle is where I sit. There's also a chair there because my dad's all about safety.
So people make appointments.
Uh-huh.
They come and visit, and you're there.
Uh-huh.
They kind of walk around and look, and if they have a question, they ask you, or do you
If
know
they
what
have
they
some
want?
they have some questions about what items are, they can always ask me. I'm always free for that.
But they can roam around, just observe. And,
Yes, and observe the things. And also, Miss Cindy and my Oma have also both been there. They've
oh,
also-
they've both been there.
Mhm.
Good.
Got a lovely bracelet to prove it, so
Okay, so we got one.
how about sales at Christmas?
Oh, sales at Christmas.
Oh, in the holidays, I put out holiday things. Like, okay, I'm doing something for fall. I'm actually taking some popsicle sticks, taking some fabric, some yarn, and I'm making scarecrows.
So you go with the themes kind of through the year.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is the
Christmas
holidays.
time, I'm doing like, here's an example of what I'm going to do. Comball snowman, I'm actually taking markers and paper and some fabric, and I'm going to make a snowman. My dad actually thought of that one, but I'm just kind of putting it together.
So it's out here again a network of family business, right? You got grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, friends, networking, and those friends, whether it's where she goes for appointment or whatever. I'm sure once school starts, you'll kind of network in the school, right?
Yeah, I'll probably be people will probably be coming on weekends a lot, because
Right.
that's when,
School kind of throws
Yeah.
a little wrinkle in there, right?
yeah, but weekends will always be probably busy.
So we're flexible, right? You got to go to school now, so you can't open the store all summer, but we'll open on weekends.
I will always be free on weekends.
Always be free on that. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate so much you coming, Katie, but I want to give our class one last chance to ask anything you might have. I mean, is entrepreneurship relegated to an age?
Pat, I was just about to ask you, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
8.5.
8.5? Wow, almost double digit.